As we start the war, okay, we get into the war. In 1943, we have what's called the Casablanca Conference. And Churchill and FDR are going to sit down and start mapping out strategy for the Allies here. Okay. Now, keep in mind the RAF, the Royal Air Force Bomber Command, is already conducting strikes on Germany, starting in 1940. And as they start out, they start doing daylight applications. How does that work out for the Brits?
Really bad.
Okay.
Big losses.
Okay, yeah, they got huge losses. So what do?
They shift to nighttime.
They shift to nighttime operations, that's right. And how they work these nighttime operations, at dusk they take off and they fly in what's called a bomber stream, flying the same navigational route. Each aircraft has a different time and a different altitude, and they're flying the same route. Okay, you're flying at night, so what's the problem with that? Can't see the target as much. So as a result, we'll drop where we think the target is, and we start doing area bombardment pretty much from the get-go, from the Brit perspective, after they realize the other stuff ain't working. Okay, now you got the young kids on the block, the Americans show up. And they say, hey, we're going to bring our B-17s over and we're going to join in on this. Well, Churchill says, you know what, you guys ought to come in with us with this day or this nighttime bombing, because this day stuff's not going to work. We know what happened. You don't want to do this. Okay? Well, word gets back to Hap Arnold that Churchill's going to broach this topic with FDR. So he gets a hold of Ira Aker and says, you need to go down to Casablanca right away, and you need to talk to him about how the U.S. Army Air Corps, Army Air Force trains and what we use. So he goes down there and he briefs Churchill on precision daylight bombing. And Churchill leans back in his chair and he says, you haven't proved to me that this will work, but you've at least proved to me that you should be allowed the opportunity to prove your contention. So as a result, you get what's called the Casablanca Directive, which outlines the fact that the Americans will use their applications, i.e. day, the British will use their applications, i.e. at night. So this is the genesis of the round-the-clock bombing that you see comes about in the combined bomber offensive.